What's up everybody, 24/7 Bricks here, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a set recolor. Now if you do like this video then please like, share and subscribe, as this will be a really good video for you guys to watch. Comment down below anything else I should recolor and we'll hop straight into today's video. So jumping straight into the video, we've got a really cool set that I've been wanting to recolor for a while here, which is the 2022 ATTE. This is set number 75337. This is a set, like I said, that I've been wanting to recolor for a while, and I actually streamed myself building and recoloring and modifying some of the set on stream, but I did do a few modifications after the stream, as well as the audio at the end of the stream bugged out, so I'm not too sure why that happened. So if you want to see the review, then just skip to the end of the video and you can see that. But now we're going to hop into the time lapse and you can watch the stream. So this is the ATTE finished. Now on the actual stream I didn't do too much modifications, as I was streaming for 3 hours straight, so I did do some off-camera sort of modifications to improve the walker a little bit more, and there's a few things that you guys saw in the actual stream. So if you do want to go check out the full stream, then go ahead, but I think this is probably better as it's a shortened video. Now the one thing that I do have to say is quite obvious that I modified is the turret. It's actually on a mixel joint, allowing it to have that free range sort of motion, and it allows the turret to remain straight. Now with the actual original set, the actual cannon was on a hinge, and after a while the cannon sort of dropped down and didn't remain straight. However, because I've made it a fixed sort of joint, that means the turret should remain straight, and the mixel joint will allow it to have that a more accurate range of motion. Also, I added a little bit more green from the than the original stream, adding a little bit more here and there. I've also added some parts in the around the armor plating, around the middle leg, just so that it has a little bit more protection and it looks a little bit better, and again is more accurate. It is a bit flimsy, but to be honest, it's not actually that bad. It's just because I took off the leg and that's what's caused it to come off. But overall, it looks really good, and it does make it look a lot better than the actual original set, which we'll get out for a comparison in a sec. Now, as I'm fiddling around here, I also wanted to say that I did modify the hatch that I said I wanted to in the stream, as well as I did actually adapt the cockpit as well, and we'll show you that in just a second. Now I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Here is the hatch. It's just a little 2x4 hatch, and you can easily place a minifigure inside it. It is a bit of a pain to get up to open the hatch, which is why there's sort of like a stud on top so you can easily open it. But it doesn't ruin the overall design of the set. As you can see, the minifigure sits quite nicely in the little hatch, which is quite cool. Now we're going to move on to the front. I actually decided to add a second pilot to the cockpit. However, the really annoying thing is you have to remove the top part of the hatch here. Now I might make some more modifications allowing it to come off a little bit more easily, but like I said, you have to remove the top for the pilots to be able to come out, as you've got this little control panel in front of the pilot on the rear, which is again a lot more accurate to the original set. And it's surprising that there was a lot more space inside the actual walker to do this sort of thing, and I'm surprised that LEGO didn't do this with the original set. Now I'm actually really happy with how this turned out overall. I'm really happy with all the colouring differences I made and all the changes I made to the set. Now I was going to actually add a hatch above the cockpit, however due to limited space and pieces I wasn't able to do that. I don't think I would be really able to fit that in anyway. Another thing I wish I could have added was some circular tiles around the joints of the smaller legs of the walker. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turns out. I'm going to quickly just grab the original set itself, just so you guys can see the overall comparison. There's not really much of a difference other than the coloration and the turret, but as you can see, there's the hinge plate that I told you about, and as you can see, it just sort of flops down, and it doesn't remain straight at all, which is quite disappointing, and it's mainly due to wear and tear, but surely LEGO should have seen this coming. But like I said, I've gone and replaced it, so in my walker it will be a lot more straight and it will remain straight for a lot longer. And as you can see, the hatch is not at the back and stuff like that. And like I said, there's not really much difference, and you have the huge gaps where the center legs are. However, putting the panels where the center legs are, it does reduce the mobility of the actual leg, but to be honest, it's only marginal. It's not too much of a problem. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you to those who actually came and watched the stream. If you do want to see me do another stream and do something a little bit different, then let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in next week's video.